Can we have an honest conversation? Some of us spend our entire lives trying to become acceptable to people who were never meant to appreciate us. We shrink ourselves. We stay quiet. We overextend. We apologize for taking up space. All because we're afraid of not being enough. But here's the truth. Flowers don't bloom to impress anyone. They bloom because that's what they were created to do. Imagine a beautiful garden. Not every flower looks the same. Some are tall, some are small, some bloom in spring, others bloom after the rain, yet none of them compare themselves to the others. They simply grow, but somewhere along the way, we forgot that. We compare our lives to strangers online. We compare our relationships, our careers, our bodies, our timelines, and slowly, comparison steals our joy. Here's something I've learned. The people who are meant for you won't require you to become someone else. Real love doesn't ask you to abandon yourself. Real friendship doesn't make you compete. Real peace doesn't make you perform. Sometimes growth looks like saying no. Sometimes healing looks like walking away. Sometimes self-love looks like resting instead of proving yourself. You are allowed to choose peace over people-pleasing. You are allowed to stop explaining yourself. You are allowed to water your own garden before trying to save someone else's, because an empty cup cannot nourish anyone, and a neglected garden cannot bloom. Maybe today isn't about becoming someone new. Maybe it's about returning to who you were before the world convinced you that you weren't enough. Give yourself grace. Celebrate small progress. Rest without guilt. Bloom without permission. And remember, the most beautiful gardens aren't the loudest. They're simply the ones that are consistently watered. Take care of yourself. Your season is coming. I think one of the greatest acts of self-love is realizing that you don't have to prove your worth. You don't have to chase people who make you feel invisible. You don't have to shrink yourself so other people can feel comfortable. You don't have to keep watering relationships that never produce fruit, because here's the thing about a garden. A gardener doesn't spend every day trying to convince dead flowers to bloom. They remove what no longer grows. They make room for new life. They trust the season. Maybe that's what you need to do. Not because you're giving up, but because you're growing. We're taught that strength looks like never crying, never stopping, never asking for help. But I think real strength is much quieter. It's waking up after disappointment and choosing hope anyway. It's forgiving yourself for mistakes you made years ago. It's admitting you're tired. It's setting boundaries with people you love. It's choosing peace over proving a point. And that takes courage. You know what comparison does? It steals moments you'll never get back. You compare your marriage to someone else's highlight reel, your career to someone else's promotion, your body to edited photos, your healing to someone else's timeline, and suddenly you forget all the beautiful ways you've already grown. Maybe you're not where you want to be, but you're not where you used to be either. Celebrate that. Celebrate the mornings you got out of bed when life felt heavy. Celebrate the prayers that kept you going. Celebrate every small victory no one else saw. Growth isn't always loud. Sometimes growth is simply deciding not to quit. There are people listening to this who have spent years carrying guilt. Guilt for leaving. Guilt for choosing themselves. Guilt for saying no. Guilt for protecting their peace. Let me remind you of something. Boundaries don't push away the people who truly love you. They reveal the people who only benefited from your lack of them, and that's okay. You are allowed to change. You are allowed to become someone who rests, someone who laughs more, someone who no longer explains every decision, someone who chooses joy without permission. So be patient with yourself. Drink more water, take the walk, read the book, call your mother, pray a little longer, sit in silence, watch the sunset, put your phone away, smile at strangers, forgive yourself, and remember, you don't have to become someone else to deserve love. You don't have to earn rest. You don't have to bloom on anyone else's timeline. Just keep watering your soul. Keep choosing peace. Keep choosing kindness. Keep choosing growth. Because the most beautiful gardens aren't the ones that bloom the fastest. They're the ones that are tended to every single day with patience, grace, and love. And one day, you'll look back and realize you were growing the whole time. Welcome to the watered garden.